Hello, good morning. Oh my God, I'm really wobbly today. Hello. Welcome to our third session. This week's session we're focusing very much on rabbits. Happy Easter, everybody. So Abby and I are just going to have a chat to you today about our rabbits. We've got 9 rabbits. So we're just going to have a quick chat to you about rabbits. Morning, Cara. Morning, Harrison. Hope you're both okay. I miss you both. Morning to my lovely sister in South Africa. Morning, Sarah Potter. How the devil are you? Hi, Kiara, I think. Hi, Marianne and Caitlin. So we're going to just talk to you a bit today about rabbits. It's a really important time of year for rabbits because usually lots of people buy rabbits for Easter, and unfortunately they don't always keep them. They do end up having to rehome them because they don't understand that whilst they are a very, very popular animal, they are actually very specialised, and looking after them can be quite tricky. Morning, Oakley. Morning, Matt. Morning, Josh. Helen likes our ears. That's good. I'll show you Craig's as well. I had to get Craig some. I'm walking backwards, which is probably really bad. Morning, Craig. Craig's got carrots. What we've actually done today is hidden glittery carrots around the animal centre this morning, and I'd like for you to look out for them and count them. If I just show you Abby very quickly, she's let me cover her in carrots today.
Hi.
So these are the carrots you're looking for.
This is a daily occurrence of being made to do things.
Yeah, so these are, I'll just swap you around. So these are the carrots you're looking for. We've hidden them around the animal centre this morning. So see if you can find them as we go. So we're going to start this morning. Hi, Serena, how are you? Do gorillas eat rabbits? Thanks, Oakley.
They're vegetarian, actually. They're herbivorous. So remember last week when I was talking about animals eating plant matter? They literally only eat plant matter. So they're that buff, but only eat plants.
Morning, Chris. Hi, Liliana and Lincoln, if you're there as well. Right, okay, so let's go in and meet our first rabbits this morning. So, morning, Ali J. Morning, Sean. So, I'll just turn you round so you can see Abby and Bernard, and a bit of Craig in the background as well.
Bernard, we've had him for, I would say, nearly a year now. He's a mixed breed, so thinking of potentially a bit of Angora, but lion-head rabbit. As you can see, he's super chill. He actually was in a Pets at Home where Sarah's sister works, hello Emily, and she loved him and then said that we needed to look after him, so we've taken him on. And he's an absolutely gorgeous rabbit, like he's super cuddly and just, you know, loves his food. As you can see, he's quite heavy. He's about 5 kilos, so it's quite heavy. He's quite he's a large breed rabbit.
Morning, Vicky.
And originally we tried to introduce him to some of the girl species we've got next door, which we'll meet in a minute.
Hello, Bubba.
But that didn't work out because he's a bit of a wuss. So we ended up getting him Blossom. So again, through Sarah's lovely sister, got him a girlfriend.
Blossom. Chill out, dude.
Basically looks exactly the same as him. She's quite young, so she's probably about.
You're a funny girl, aren't you? Having a little dig.
I'm gonna say coming up to 5-6 months old now. So her diet's just recently changed. She's now going on to, as you can see, our pellets. So we have complete food pellets, which is the best option for your rabbits. So if any of you've got pet rabbits, feed them complete food. So that is a nugget form of food. This just makes sure that when they're eating their food, they're getting all the nutrients. So think of it in terms of our meal with your protein, your vegetables and your carbohydrate. If you're a potato fan like me, you want to eat most of the potato. But if rabbits do that, they can obviously become very ill. So it's really, really important to provide them complete food. And obviously always provide them hay as well, because just like the guinea pigs like last week, their diet is mostly made up of hay. So having a good supply of hay and grass is really, really important. And that's also because of their teeth. So again, like we were talking
about
Owen. Rodents last week.
Look at him.
He's so handsome, isn't he? Yeah. He's had a little brush as well, so he's looking extra handsome, aren't you?
Hi Dylan, Ethan and Gemma, good morning. Stowmarket, that's close to where I live. So this is Bernard, for those of you that have just come in. Now Bernard is, I think, he thinks he's a dog. Bernard likes to squish his face into this lovely little plastic pot, don't you?
And this was like an issue when we first introduced him to Blossom. sharing this, but now they happily share it together. And to introduce the rabbits, we use this barrier. They had mesh contact, so there was like a door through here. They had mesh contact and visual contact with each other. They could also smell each other. Like smell is like a really important way that they communicate.
Oh, my mum's online. Morning, mummy.
And yeah, so it's really, really important that we've done that, and then slowly introduce them having like 30 minutes of contact each day, and then increasing that, and now they're fully in love. So
It's amazing.
great.
Good morning, Layla and Harry from Hertfordshire. Morning, Laura.
Should we go meet the rabbits in the other enclosure?
Yes. So we're going to leave Bernard for now, but we'll come back, Bernard, because you're so cute. I can't even stand it.
He's like the epitome of an Easter bunny.
You're
I
so
would say. Like, if you think of an Easter bunny, that is definitely banana.
Blossom. Morning, Zoe. You all right? Joseph has 2 rabbits called Cocoa Bean and Easter Egg. Oh, they're
shout out
cute
to
names.
Easter egg.
Hey, Layla. How are you?
So we've got some more large rabbits here. We've got 3 girls in here.
I'm coming
so
in.
We've got Flopsy, Bopsy and Breezy.
This is what happens when you let students name rabbits, hey?
So Breezy is not a breeze, I can assure you.
Hey,
This is
Breezy.
She's a typical lionhead rabbit. She's about 5 years old, so into the like older age of a rabbit. So that term that I used last week was geriatric. So yeah, this is Breezy. Go down, and then we've got Bopsy, which is the same breed. She
Another
is
lionhead.
again the same age. And then, would you believe it, that they've decided to call this one Flopsy, even though her ears aren't very floppy. But she's a Harlequin, large breed rabbit.
Oh, we're being
She's
joined
super
by the West
friendly.
Suffolk College English team this morning, so that's lovely.
Hi.
Good morning. Hi, Emily.
Yeah, so as you can see, like all the enclosures are very similar. We use like a sawdust for their bedding with straw, which helps.
Where do we get our substrate from?
So Phillips Brothers, we use a local company. All of our companies are local to ensure that we're reducing our impact on the planet.
Can rabbits
So-
live with chickens? That's a good question.
Not really. They don't have the same food, and if you think about chickens pecking, it can cause quite an injury to, you know, any part of their body really, so probably wouldn't be the best idea.
I just can't stop laughing at Craig and those head boppers looking really serious. Oh my God, sorry, Craig. You
And
drew
as
the
you can
short
see in every
straw.
enclosure, we've got, you know, the hay, so I've mentioned that just now.
Oh, Leela, I'm really sorry. Sorry, this is what happens when I have to try and guess how to say people's names. I'm usually really good at it because being a teacher, we have 109 students in animal studies at the moment, so I'm usually quite good at it, but unfortunately I do make mistakes. We've got 170 students signed up to come and see us next year, which we're really excited about, so there'll be more students' names I can say wrong, no doubt. Oh, you're shedding your carrots all over the floor. Oh my gosh.
Right, so Flopsy, she's super friendly as well. Don't know if she'll let you see.
Hey, Flops.
Show you her teeth. Oh, she probably won't.
Gonna let us see your teethies today? I'll come round. There we go. Look at those lovely little teethies.
So you might be able to see they're white, and there's like the smallest little bit of an overbite, and that's like natural. But the thing with, like I discussed last week, rabbits are the same as rodents, where their teeth continuously grow. They're open-rooted teeth, so it's really important that you provide them with things that they can gnaw on, so roughage like hay, and then also like fruit branches.
Flopsies, like
and
demonstrating
Craig's going
hay.
to talk a bit more about enrichment in a minute, but it's really, really important that you provide that for your rabbit. What else is important with seasonal changes is obviously at the moment it's very hot, and rabbits can actually die from their hutches being too hot.
Hello.
So please just make sure that when you're providing, when you're thinking about where to put your hutch, that it's somewhere shady, where they can have access to a breeze. Also providing them things like frozen water bottles or ice packs are really important. Even using things like this litter tray and filling it with compost or play sand so they can bathe in it and cool themselves down. All of that's really important because they can get heat stroke. It's
Morning,
really, they can
Chloe
get
from
heat stroke.
Staples in Dover. Oh, Chloe Staples, sorry, in Dover. She's got 2 lock rabbits. Can rabbits live with cats? It's not something we would recommend, no, because obviously cats are naturally predators and rabbits are naturally prey animals, and they get very, very easily scared. Some cats like rabbits,
Can
don't
cause
they?
stress, quite high stress.
Hi, Sadie in Ipswich. Hey, Sophie and George in Ipswich. So we're going to go and have a look at our next set of rabbits. Morning. I tried to colour theme the ears today, so blue ears to go with blue hair. Abby's got pink ones. And then the only other colour they had for ears was a sequin. I didn't want to do that to Craig. As spectacular as he is, I thought he'd be better off with these glorious head bobbers, which I'm not wrong, am I? They are glorious. Right, so let's have a look at our next set. Hello. So you notice that these guys are a lot smaller than the others we've seen. Excuse me, can I come in? Right, so if we go through, good morning you two. So we've got Fudge here. So we have had a chat about this before, but Fudge we actually rescued from a student. So Fudge was living as an indoor rabbit in a indoor cage, and unfortunately, whilst rabbits can be kept indoors, this indoor cage was quite small for her size. And also, what's really important for us to say to you is that rabbits are group animals. They're very sociable. They like to live together. You can see here, this is Fudge and Guinness. Guinness is our male, but he is castrated. So they are very, very sociable. So it's really important that you keep them in at least pairs, but obviously groups are better. So we've got 4 in here. So we've got Aggie at the back there. Aggie is short for aggro because she always looks quite cross.
So Aggie and Foxy, who's just behind Sarah, who she'll show you in a second, are related. They came from a breeder. They're animals that came from our old centre. They're probably about 4 years old now. And then obviously Fudge, she's about 2 years old. The rest of it, Sarah just said, what also is important is she was bedded on hay, which meant that she had really sore feet. So make sure if you do have rabbits, sawdust is obviously is one of the best options. For the lining of your hutch, as
Guinness
it means
is super
that they
cute.
won't have sore
Let's do a
feet.
close up.
So he's called an otter. His colouring is called otter, and he's a geriatric, so an old rabbit. He's about 6.5, 7 years old. So he's quite old now.
Bless him. Right,
But he's really, really
Foxy.
friendly, except he can bite when you pick him up because he's very protective of his girls.
So what's also really important to know about rabbits is they can actually have quite a lot of teeth problems if you don't provide them with lots and lots of hay. And Guinness has actually had teeth problems before. He's had spurs on the back of his teeth before, and we've had to have him at the vets to have an operation to have those filed down. It's not something we can do ourselves. So it is, even though we do give them lots of hay, they have this lovely pelleted food.
And they get fruit branches.
They get lots of fruit branches. You can see there's lots of branches of fruit and stuff. Unfortunately, it can still happen. It could be genetics, but it's really important that we get it checked regularly, because if they stop eating, it could be because they've got teeth issues. So
that's a symptom of having the issues with their teeth. Also for Guinness, he kept getting like a watery, some sort of almost like mucousy liquid, which is known as discharge, around his eyes. So when we took him to the vets, that was the connection, because he had the eye. That was like a symptom of the teeth.
Oh, the Dagoos are being really loud while we're trying to talk. You're being very rude.
Something else that's interesting about rabbits is that they will re-ingest their own feces. Delicious, I hear you say. So they have 2 different types of feces, one that's sort of softer, so you'll notice when you're cleaning out the enclosure, one will be slightly tacky and the other one will be pellets. So the slightly tackier one is the one that they re-ingest, and that's because naturally in the wild their diet is grasses and hay, and they're really hard to digest. So by re-ingesting something that's been partially digested means that you're going to get maximum amount of nutrition. That is seen in lots of species of animal. I've seen zebras eat feces out of another zebra's bum. Yeah. So like lots of herbivorous species, so animals that live on plant matter, are known to coprophage, which is re-ingesting their own feces.
It's a really efficient way to get all of your nutrition if you're a hindgut fermenter, though, isn't it?
And that's also something we're not asking you to do for homework, so please don't go away and do that.
Yeah, so the little tiny poos they make, which they eat, are called cecotropes, and they're generally a bit darker in colour. They sometimes call them night feces. They're a bit sticky and wet, like Abby said.
This is a.
Oh, that's a normal poo.
That's a normal poo. So it's nice and healthy.
There we go. You won't actually see their cecotropes because they tend to do them at night time or really early in the morning, so that they can then eat them again. Hi Isla, Daisy and Lola. How many bunnies does a rabbit generally have on a year? Well, actually, baby rabbits aren't called bunnies, they're called kittens.
And when they're born, they're blind, so their eyes are closed. You know, 4, I think the most on record is something like 8.
It really does depend on the breed, though, doesn't it?
Like guinea pigs, I've known someone to have like 17 guinea pigs in 1 litter.
Yeah, it really does depend on the breed of rabbit. So these guys are dwarf rabbits, so they might have slightly smaller litters because they're a smaller breed. But rabbits are part of the lagomorph taxonomic order. They are very closely related to hares, and there's 30 species of hares across the world, 28 rabbits, but obviously that doesn't include all of the different breeds of rabbit you've got, because obviously in the animal centre we've got these dwarf rabbits, we've got
looking at Foxy though, when you're talking about
lion heads.
Babies, so look at the difference between their necks. So looking at Aggie and Foxy, Foxy looks like she's got this big bulge underneath her neck. That's called a dewlap. So rabbits, when they're about to give birth, what they do is they pull out all their hair from their dewlap to create a nest. And they actually give birth and care for their young in the nest. And it's really, really important you don't disturb that, and you leave them, obviously unless there's a problem, you leave them to sort of get on with the birth and the parenting, because that's like the really important bit, the smells and the bonding.
Morning, Katie.
So Fudge has got a really good dewlap as well, but I don't know if that's because she's a little bit tubby. So that is, this is the dewlap here.
She is a lot bigger than the rest of them, isn't she?
Guinness doesn't have one because he's male, so he won't be building any of the nests.
Right, so we're gonna have a chat with Craig now. About enrichment, because like we said earlier, obviously rabbits need to be constantly gnawing because their teeth constantly grow. So we're going to have a chat with Craig about enrichment. Morning, Craig.
Morning. So we provide a variety of enrichment which is really, really important for any animal in captivity, not just rabbits. Enrichment, put simply, is sort of like boredom breakers. Could be toys, it could be something that promotes sort of natural behaviours. So simple things like keeping these guys in groups is a good form of enrichment because these are social animals. Like Sarah and Abby have already mentioned, giving them the opportunity to gnaw on a variety of different textures is also a good form of enrichment, and it's good for their teeth as well. So we've got some branches in here which you can see they've been having a bit of a chew on.
Yeah, we only use fruit and nut woods though, just because some other things can be toxic. So we need to make sure that we're not providing them anything that can make them sick. So we use fruit woods, which kindly we get donated from local arboriculturalists, and we'd love more. Oh, and from Abby's garden, some from my garden.
There's another example of a chew over here, in with the guinea pigs. So it doesn't
Morning,
have to be branches, it can be a variety of different things. We also do scatter feeds for these guys, so when we give them fruit and veg, sometimes we'll chop it up for them and scatter it around. Sometimes we can give sort of bigger chunks, so it means it takes them longer to eat their food. With the enrichment that's in here, we always try and mix it up and change it, so whenever these guys get cleaned, their enclosure doesn't get put back exactly the same way, with the exception of some of the litter trays. And
Variety is the spice of life, Craig.
Exactly. And this just keeps their environment nice and new, nice and fresh for them, and keeps giving them things to do. So I think Abby's stuffed some hay in some of these logs here. So again, another form of enrichment, because it's going to take these guys a little bit longer to get their food out, and it's just a bit more of an interesting and challenging way of getting their food out as opposed to giving it to them straight in the bowl.
And this is what people could be doing while they're at home in isolation. Hey, they could be creating enrichment for their animals.
There's a lot of time to do it at the minute. A lot of time to do it. Obviously, this is a health checking video as well, so we can do some training with the rabbits eventually. So people often say, certain animals can't be trained, but that's never true. Any animal can be trained. It just takes a bit of time and effort, and training is a really good form. And training's a really good form of enrichment. It can help increase the bond, and you can train, like for example, we could train these rabbits to step onto a set of scales. So by doing that, we can get even more information on how they're doing in terms of their husbandry. We can monitor their weight, see if it's dropping, see if it's increasing, whether we need to increase the diet, cut the diet down. Sorry if I'm speaking too fast.
People are telling me that your head boppers are on wrong because they're supposed to be behind your ears, Craig.
Oh, okay.
If you could fix that, please.
He's probably never
Thank
worn
you.
a hair
No, I
in his
haven't.
life, so The students,
Much
the
better.
level 3 students actually train an animal of their choice as part of their qualification, and some of the students have crate trained some of the rabbits. So basically, when you're putting the cat carrier down, the rabbit goes in automatically, and that reduces stress of, you know, obtaining the animal like this can increase stress. So by doing that, you're reducing the stress, which means you're not impacting the results from your health check. You're promoting positive handling for the animal as well, which means, like Craig was saying before, like bonds with your animal is really, really important.
Absolutely.
Obviously, some of these practices are because, you know, we're in a collection, but fundamentally, we should all be doing this if we have pets. It's really, really important to follow the nutrition plan correctly and provide them the right equipment in their enclosure. You know, change up your care with seasons. So when it's hot, provide them cool places. When it's cold, you know, insulating hutches.
Water
even the
bottles.
water, you can get, insulators to cover your water bottles so they don't freeze or they don't get too hot.
Yeah, it's really important.
Regular grooming, handling, and the thing with rabbits is vaccinations. So
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
if you don't vaccinate your rabbit, I would recommend you to go to a local vet to find out more information about the vaccines, but you should be getting 2 vaccines each year, and these are from diseases that potentially can be transmitted through even the hay and straw that you get. They can be transmitted.
Parasites.
If the animal has access to outside. Last year, Breezy fell in love with a wild rabbit, and they could have had the disease transmitted to each other. So one of the main ones is myxomatosis and viral hemiphagic disease as well. So they're really, really important to get vaccinated, and they're either yearly or biannually, which means every 6 months, and that's about £70 depending on your vets. So it is quite expensive to look after rabbits, like Sarah was saying before. They're not an easy animal.
Hey,
when I was younger, when I had rabbits, it was almost like they're just as easy as guinea pigs. Guinea pigs are one of the easiest animals you can have as a pet. Rabbits are a slightly more advanced species for having as a pet.
Having mentioned vaccines, and obviously we were talking about training as well, so it is possible to train rabbits to accept vaccines. It's not something that I've seen, but I've seen places train tigers to accept vaccines. I've seen a place train a macaw to put a mask on for it to be sedated. So like I say, where we've got so much time, it might be worth doing some of those extra things that we don't normally have time to do. Because like I say, with training there is always a way. Nothing is impossible, it just takes a lot of patience.
Just think about all this time in isolation and how bored you can get. So if you're not providing stimulation for yourself, you unfortunately can become upset. It can affect your mental and physical well-being. And it's the same with any of your pets. They can have something that's called stereotypical behaviours, which is a very fancy word, and that's just like a negative behaviour that doesn't have a goal, and it's literally caused from stress, and we don't want those to happen. So that's why it's really important to promote all these natural behaviours, and just, you know, you can use unnatural things for behaviour. So Bernard has this little ball that he absolutely loves, and sometimes you put nuggets in there and he throws it around, and you just got to change it up really. You just change things up for your animal to make sure that they're stimulated.
He loves his little plastic crate though, doesn't he? We put it in there as a litter tray so he can use it to go to the toilet, but he just snoozes in it like this with his squashy little chops.
I just wanted to say one quick thing, because obviously we are in that time of year, and also in isolation, everyone's probably doing up their gardens and giving them lawns a lovely mow. Please don't feed those clippings to your rabbits. So although you can provide them grass, it has to be pulled up, because as you're mowing, one, obviously your lawnmower is probably dirty and there could potentially be things in there that might make them sick, and two, it's changing up the chemicals that are found within the grass, which can cause issues to their guts. So it's just like horses as well, so anyone that has horses is exactly the same. So please don't feed grass
Cuttings,
to your pet.
Absolutely. It's usually wet and quite mushy looking as well. Hey Blossom, how are you?
So these guys need to get groomed daily to ensure they're not getting mats, but shorter hair rabbits, usually once a week, but obviously it can be a positive experience for them, so you can do it as many times as you like, really, if the animal likes it.
It's really, really important to groom as well, because rabbits that are social, like these guys, they groom socially as well. So it actually helps you to build a bit of a bond with your animal if you're grooming them. So it's a good thing to do regularly, especially if you've got a fat one like this, look. Oh.
She's not fair.
Obviously, because she's a lion head, she has this lovely, beautiful mane. So she obviously needs to be brushed regularly to make sure that she's not getting any faeces stuck in her fur. Do rabbits with lop ears have more problems than rabbits with ears that just stick up?
Potentially, yeah. So it's the same with dogs because they have open-eared, like the ear canal is exposed. So potentially things can go in there, grass, seeds and stuff like that that can cause problems. So when you're doing your routine health checks, it's really important to look inside their ears.
Yeah.
We haven't had issues, but our animals are living inside.
Yeah, we don't really have any that have like really loppy ears, do we?
Another thing that rabbits can get is fly strike. So that's really important.
That's
to
really
look out
sad
for,
as
and that
well.
can obviously, and snuffles is another thing. So all of these things are really, really important to ensure that you're health checking your animal, especially if they do have access to outside. And with grooming, obviously, their nails. So I was talking about nails last week with, I don't know if Bobsy, let me pick her up. Oh, good girl. Rabbits' nails covered by fur. Their feet look very different to guinea pigs. They actually have fur on their pads as well. And as you can see,
they're black
these
as well.
are very dark.
Yeah,
so
which makes it quite difficult to cut them because obviously
they have a vein. And you just, when you're trimming, just make sure you're using appropriate sized trimmers for the small mammals and that you're not going anywhere near the vein. So for someone like Bopsy, I'll trim her nails maybe every 3 to 4 weeks and a smallest bit off.
Yeah. No, we don't have any lop-eared rabbits. We have mostly lion heads, to be honest with you. We've got Bernard, who is like a cross Angora lion head. We've got Blossom, who is lion head. Then we've got Breezy, who's a lion head.
The beauty colour.
And we've got
Flopsy
and Flopsy.
Flopsy's not lion head.
Who doesn't have flop ears.
She's just a large breed rabbit. I think she's some sort of mixed breed.
Yeah, her
colours. Sam Dible's watching this. She'll be able to tell us what breed she is.
She her colour is called Harlequin, though. Are you impressed, Sam Dibble?
Oh, Foxy's colour's Argenté Noir.
Oh, very fancy.
She told me this one time, so I remember the information you told me.
Morning, Sarah Kirk. We miss you. Hi, Dylan, Ethan, and Gemma in Stowmarket again. You missed it earlier. Morning, Lindsay. So that's all of our rabbits today. If you'd like to see anything else around the animal centre, we've got a bit of time so we can show you some other animals if you want to. We won't go out to the goats though because they're having quite an in-depth strip clean this morning. They're actually having, not them, their stable is being strip cleaned this morning with lots of disinfectant. Hello boys, how are you? We can go and have a little look at some of the other animals today. Good morning, boys. How are you? Morning, Renee. How are you?
The update of the little froglets as well.
Yeah, we can show you a little update on our baby frogs so you can see what they're like. The harvest mice are never awake when you guys are on.
If you open the door though, they'll come out.
Logie wants to see Colin. Jess wants to see the rats.
Hello.
See if I can come this side. They were out earlier because we fed them earlier, so they get this lovely seed mix. Back then. There we go, let's scurrying up the back.
They're quite difficult to... Well, they're actually not that difficult to handle. It's just the fact that they're very
so small, aren't they? Yeah.
So, again, not with the tail.
Morning, Mr. Gerbil. How are you? Lovely, lovely.
I'll show you our grass mice. I don't really want them flying out.
No, I was going to say. These are our African striped grass mice. They're probably the scariest animal we have because Abby and I, when we first got them, managed to lose them like in quick succession around the animal centre. I mean, we did manage to catch them again, but...
One literally jumped, defied gravity, so...
I don't think we can... Oh. Hello.
Ooh. They just made me jump.
Yeah, watch your hand and I'll...
There you go. There's one.
Hey! So these are African striped grass mice, sometimes called zebra mice because they've got those lovely stripes on them as well. So we've got 4 in there. Gerbil really wants to be part of the video. Morning, Mr. Gerbil.
Yeah. As you can see on all of our enclosures, we have these like helpful sheets, which are obviously really good for the students. So it's got the information about the animal's scientific name, how easy they are to be handled. So these are definitely red, which means they can incur risk of biting and escaping.
Yeah.
General information about the group and their natural lives, like their feeding strategy. So we talked about omnivorous last week, where they're from, what they need every day, and then obviously their diet as well. So as you can see, we've got an AM feed of usually like some sort of seed or a nugget for a lot of the species, and then You know, these guys get eggs sometimes. Ferret biscuits, which are really high in protein. Houdini's desperate to be in the video today.
Hello, cutie. So Houdini is called Houdini because he escapes all the time.
I'll let the Egyptian spiny mice out.
Oh, there's a little mousey. Hello. Oh, there's one doing acrobats at the top there. Do, do, do,
Oh,
do.
fancy mice are lovely pets to have.
Yeah, they are
You know,
lovely.
they're really, really nice. But again, someone that's older,
Hi.
not little children, because they are hard to handle.
They are so cute. We do have a lot of animals to feed. Yeah, you're right. It does take a long time.
So the Egyptian spiny mice. So these are bitey. They're all very bitey here.
Hello.
So I'm just going to watch my hand, see if he sort of gets encouraged by this carrot.
Don't eat the sparkly
Don't
carrot.
eat it, but-
So these are called African spiny mice because they've got, or Egyptian spiny mice, sorry, because they've got their back end is kind of like a hedgehog, a little bit. Hello. You can see from his big eyes, he's actually nocturnal, which is why he's not usually awake at this sort of time. Let's see who else we've got. Everybody else is asleep, I think, today. Yeah, gerbils, they're usually out and about. Hello. Morning, Oliver, Lily and Delilah. How are you? Yeah, so we can have a quick walk to the... Let's go to the exotics room, Craig. Off you hop. Oh, right. Yeah. Do.
Still having issues with our guinea pigs. Going back to the introduction as we talked about last week.
Do we have any tarantulas? Yes, we have a lot of tarantulas, yeah. Not everybody's that keen on our tarantulas, though, so I'm always a bit reluctant to get them out on the video in case people get scared.
We haven't really got many tadpoles left, which is quite exciting. I think we've probably got between 50 and 60 frogs, would you say?
Yeah, we've only got 4 tadpoles left.
So 4 tadpoles left. When I first started, which was only probably about 5-6 weeks ago, there were no froglets. So these guys are doing really well, especially the tank that you're seeing now and the tank next to it. They're really starting to establish themselves.
Hey.
They're still feeding really well. They're eating fruit flies, which they seem to be enjoying. Obviously, we can be fairly confident that what we're doing in terms of the day-to-day care is right, because these guys are doing so well. Yeah, and the fact they're breeding in the first place is probably a very good indicator that the husbandry that we're providing is obviously good enough for them to be settled enough and happy enough to breed in the first place.
So these are Amazonian milk frogs. So I'll show you what their parents look like. They're really lovely light blue and then this gorgeous brown sort of colour variation. I'll just show you what their parents look like so you can see. I will show you Colin as well. Hey, so this is what their parents look like. So you can see they're quite beautiful light blue. Hello, you two. Sorry, the glass is a bit steamy.
Oh my god, he's absolutely desperate today.
So the milk part, so obviously they're Amazonian milk frogs, so the Amazonian bit just suggests where they come from. The milk part is due to a secretion that comes out of their skin when they feel stressed, which is said to resemble milk. So that's where the milk part comes from.
Luckily, we haven't seen that, have we?
No.
Colin's out for those that wanted to see it.
He's probably wondering what you've got on your head.
He was absolutely desperate to come out.
Morning, Colin. He's probably really confused as to what you've got on your head, or we
If
all
any
have.
of you have got reptiles, like it's perfect this time of year to have a little
Supervised.
supervised
Yes.
time outside. So-
Absolutely.
and obviously not for too long because you need to make sure they have the ability to move away if they're too hot. But a little half an hour sitting outside, you know, that's a great form of enrichment.
Hey, Colin.
And obviously natural sunlight, which is really, really important for them.
Absolutely.
He'll come outside with us today on our lunch break.
Cool. Just going to chill there on Abby's shoulder. That's fine, you can stay there.
That's what he usually does at the weekend. He just sits on
Yeah.
my shoulders while I look after the animals.
What you got on there? He's shedding a little bit. So lizards, I'll just show you there. So lizards shed in little, there you go. Lizards shed in little pieces rather than one whole piece. Like things like tarantulas shed in one whole piece. I'll just pre-warn you quickly. I'll just show you a tarantula. But if you don't want to look, just turn away now. So here's our Mexican Redney. Hello. Very beautiful, very fluffy. All of the other ones are actually hiding right now, so I can't show you any of our others. I can show, one of our snails was really active today, but I think even he's gone to bed. Oh, they're hiding at the back. I don't know if you can spot him, but here's our Pac-Man frog. So our little Pac-Man frog. He bit Abby yesterday. They're called Pac-Man frogs because they eat everything, even Abby's finger. Matthew has a corn snake. Other than mice, what else can she eat? So corn snakes can eat rat pups as well. Hey Ghost, how are you? Ghost is our little rat snake, or a big rat
Usually
snake.
their diet is typically the same thing.
Hey, come on then.
So now Shelley's come out of hibernation, which is like hibernation. We're giving her exercise every day. She's absolutely loving exploring the centre.
You'll be here all week.
And the big dragons literally love her when she walks past. They always watch her, which is really
Hey
cute.
Shelley, how are you?
Hey.
Hey, doing some exercise. Having a little run around the exotics room. Oh, some more froglets in here. We're actually inundated with froglets right now. They are everywhere. Here's Clarice. Morning, Clarice. You don't think much to Colin walking past, do you?
No.
Hey?
She's a bit more.
She's shyer.
She's an animal that we don't handle. So we generally Yemen chameleons usually are a bit more bitey and a bit more fragile than panther chameleons. But panther chameleons are, funnily enough, more expensive because they're obviously
a bit more blue, aren't they?
a bit prettier.
Yeah, Clarice is really pretty though. She's got this on her face at the moment. We think she might have wiped herself on some feces because she's got this slight white discoloration on her face, which isn't usually there. Just watching where I'm standing so I don't stand on.
Down here.
Don't stand on. Good morning, cutie. Right, and then we've got our other frogs. Oh yeah, you can give it a go. This is our white tree frogs. I'll have a look and see if we can find them. They're called snowflakes, white tree frogs, these guys, because they've got these lovely spotted coloration on them, but they are just your normal white tree frogs, just with a slight difference in colour. Oh, you don't really want to see a close-up of my hand, do you? So, where are you guys today? Yeah. Oh, there's one. See if I can find. He's right squashed at the back. Hello. His cute dumpy little belly. So whilst we've got no students here at the moment, we're handling the animals that need a bit more handling to get them ready for handling by the students. So our newest snake is our boa constrictor, and he isn't the best for handling. He's sometimes a bit aggressive. You can see him there. So our job is to basically get him tamed so he can be used with the students, because all of the animals here have a job to do. They're all here to help teach the students, so it's really important that they're comfortable being handled. He's probably never been tried to be handled by a giant rabbit before, but we'll see how it goes.
So we usually desensitise our snakes when we handle them, so it's usually just touching them with something like the snake hook or a pair of like the bamboo feeding tongs that we have, so that they're aware that we're going to handle them. We do feed our snakes outside of the enclosure so they're not associating our hands with food.
Absolutely.
But we don't want them to strike. It's more common that they're going to strike when we're going to handle them than any other time. But as you can see, it's not really.
So the snake hook is really important restraint equipment for us, because it helps us to pick up snakes if they are feeling a bit aggressive today. He doesn't seem like he wants to come out really, does he?
So as you can see, look at his colour. He's absolutely beautiful. He's got like this different colour at the bottom here. So he's fine with me touching him. So he's not. He has been known to like hiss and have his mouth open, but yeah, just doesn't want to be handled today. Absolutely fine. Sorry, mate. I'll leave you to it.
We all feel like that some days. So here's Pyro. Pyro's having a lovely bath. So Pyro's our corn snake. You can see he's got this little mark on him at the moment. We're not sure what happened, but we're treating him for that little bit of skin irritation he's got there. So he's having, so he's having some quite some lovely F10 cream put on. These are our African clawed frogs. They're very interesting looking. We do have a lot of amphibians.
They eat literally everything,
Frog
bloodworms, they can even eat chicken, insects, if you pop them in there, they absolutely love waxworms. Just updated these yesterday, so you can obviously
Hello.
see them.
Some angelfish. Hello. Thanks, Daniel Palmer. Yeah, we're still here every single day making sure the animals get what they need. So, you know, really, really important. There are people that are still working that are trying to get things sorted, you know, but if you're not working, it's really important that you stay at home. You know, you should. Yeah, so it's really hard, but you can't go visit your friends and family, and you can't drive out to, you know, different destinations to walk your dog and stuff. You should only do exercise close to your home. You shouldn't be making unnecessary journeys. Good morning, Pandora. How are you? So Pandora is a royal python.
So these guys, they come from Africa. These guys will eat mainly sort of mice and small mammals. These are distinguishable males from females. So these guys have what females don't. If you have a look here.
These lovely little spurs. There we go. Oh,
Yeah.
the camera's being a bit blurry.
Not quite zooming in.
No. You can see them though, this cute little spur.
So she's really cool. And like Sarah said, it's really important for us that we keep handling, because if we don't, these guys get used to being left alone. And then come September, we've got more of a job to do.
Health and safety forms to fill out.
Yeah. Callie says she misses you.
Hey, Callie. She is amazing to be handled. Like, she's like one of those snakes that if you've never held a snake before and you're nervous, she's absolutely.
Yeah, she is.
Like, she's really confident with being handled. She actually usually is quite active in the enclosure when she wants to come out. So we spent a lot of time together yesterday, didn't we, girl?
Oh, Caitlin's been writing her friends letters so she can still speak to them. That's really lovely.
Idea.
Yeah, that's brilliant. We've been on Zoom, haven't we, as a team, and we're playing games
and family as well. Been on Zoom. It's really, really important because obviously, you know, being isolated can make you feel lonely. So try and find ways that you can talk to and be friends with each other. Little dinner dates on FaceTime. All that sort of stuff's really important.
Absolutely.
Still got to celebrate your birthdays and still got to celebrate Easter. You can do like a little Easter egg hunt with your friends on FaceTime. All of this is really, really important. But just remember to please stay at home. The longer people continue to go out, the more.
Daryl, I've just done all the frogs. Look, you can have a look at our lovely little froglets. You'll be proud. We've got loads of frog babies. All the froglets. Look at them. There we go. They're super cute. I think we've got, how many froglets do you think we've got, Craig?
Probably between 50 and 60.
50 and 60. So
There's 4 tadpoles there.
I feel like I'm beating you now on the frog front. And we've got a couple of tadpoles sort of left to still go. So yeah, we're like milk frogged up to the nines, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
We've got our own collection of milk frogs.
And hopefully we'll be able to exchange these with our reptile food supplier for other animals. We'd like to get some other different species of lizard and potentially like a hognose snake would be nice.
Yeah, we'd love some more snakes.
A mantis, some,
Praying mantis would be cool.
millipedes would be cool. So African trained millipedes, they have mites living on them. So if any of you have got them as pets, if you see the mites on there, they're actually a positive thing because they help clean the millipede.
Symbiosis.
Yeah, we've still got Bramble the guinea pig. Shall we go and see the sugar gliders before we go? It's very hot in this room. It's making my ears sweaty.
Yes. Very red.
Do. Oh, so a quick visit for the sugar gliders. Ah, Lucy and James love Shelley.
Breakfast at the moment.
Oh, it just takes a little bit for my camera to readjust, I think. Oh, they're up the top, look.
Oh, there's one here. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
So we're hoping to get some tenrics or African pygmy hedgehogs to live at the bottom. So these are species that can live together because they have a similar diet strategy, and one is a bottom feeder, so will live on the bottom, and like Sarah said last week, sugar gliders are arboreal because they've got these lovely membranes which are skin between their wrists and their ankle, forgot the word there. And these help with the gliding. So they'll stay up here, and the tenrics or the African pygmy hedgehogs will be on the bottom.
Oh, sugar glider close up. Hello, you. You're here because you think we've got insects and we haven't. I'm very sorry. Very blurry. My poor camera can't cope in the dark. Yeah, sugar gliders are seriously cute, but when you go in, they jump on you. I tried to get one off my back the other day and it bit me.
I had
Don't be
a scratch on my
fooled.
face from one of them, and it really got inflamed.
Yeah.
It's because their claws are so small, it can actually really irritate your skin. Hello. You can see they're being super friendly today.
Yeah. So we do actually have 4 in here, but there's always one who's a lot more reluctant to wake up in the mornings.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, it's, you know.
I'm a morning person. And then our rats are currently asleep at the moment. Little yin and yang asleep in the corner.
Hey, you.
So we mentioned enrichment earlier, just to give you an idea of how simple enrichment can be. For these guys the other day, I cut up 2 apples in half and I just spiked them on the perching in there. It took literally less than a minute, and it kept these guys occupied for probably about 2 or 3
Here we
hours.
go, look. Here's one of our Gambian pouched rats. So they're called giant rats. Hey, you. Little monkey.
Oh, you can see he's very sleepy right now.
Yeah, he's just woken up. So we flick their light over, because obviously they're nocturnal, so that this is their daytime, if you like, because they're more active at night. And we flick their light over around 11, so they haven't been in the dark very long, so they're just waking up from their sleep right now. So we've got 2 boys in here. They are giant rats, so they are a lot bigger than your normal rats. And then they've got this really lovely large enclosure, same size as the sugar gliders. Still climbing around.
It's actually quite nice and calm always in this room. Very
Yeah,
quiet.
it is nice and calm in
It's
here.
not too hot in here.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
And then we've also got a couple of hamsters in here.
Coco.
This is
and
Coco.
actually male.
Hey, Coco.
So,
And then we've got Chickpea, everybody's favourite. Good morning. You all right?
She's a geriatric guinea pig, so like I said before,
Guinea pig.
she's old, guinea pig, hamster. She's old, part of the rodent species. I used her for the health check last week, if anyone remembers her. She's one of the best.
She is the
Students
best.
absolutely love her. Did a Facebook Live with our students last week, and everyone wanted to see her.
Yeah, she is the
Absolutely
best.
Adorable.
Little cute little
She
chuppies.
absolutely loves chicken. That's one of her favourite treats, and the ferret biscuits she absolutely loves, and insects as well.
Hey, Coco, how are you?
He's a bit more of a flighty.
Ooh, you keep calling them guinea pigs. I think you got guinea pigs on the
it's 'cause
brain.
It works like literally, like it all merges into one. All the
It does.
species, all the days. I'm losing my mind.
Right, I think unfortunately that is it from us today. Woo. Right, because we've got lots of cleaning to do this afternoon. We're also going to try and have a takeaway for lunch today if there's anything still open, because I need to treat these guys because they've been working very hard for me, making sure all of the animals are looked after whilst we don't have any students. So from us for now.
We won't be doing this next week as well. Sorry everyone who's been loving this. We're just skeleton crew as it's the holidays. Everyone needs a little bit of R&R. So
That's right, yeah.
Just having a little break, and then we'll come back the week after Easter with some more information about some of the animals that we look after here.
Yeah, let us know if there's any videos you'd like to do. We're happy to do some tarantula handling videos if people are interested.
Some
But
feeding videos of
yeah.
exotics.
absolutely. But from us for now, please stay safe. Make sure you stay inside. Wash your hands lots, and we'll see you soon.
Take
Bye.
care.
Take care.